M&T Bank Stadium in ball. Both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the two. Up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Joe McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. The side here in this first quarter. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. The slot man in motion right. Flacco to throw here on third down. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Now it's 2nd and 7. And he motions the wide receiver. Flacco here on 2nd down. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. The first down carry here for Johnson. And they'll get him down right about the 20. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. Flush to his right. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
And him running the football is not something the defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is third and short. Flacco from the gun. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So this will be the 9th play on this drive. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll run it with Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on third and goal. Not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2, and most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for a loss.
And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Two seconds to go, first quarter. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Two seconds to go, first quarter. First down, Winston. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. Now Jameis on second down. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. Third down here.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Third and long for Winston. Into heavy traffic, quick, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down, Flacco now. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30, a loss of 8. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now Kaepernick, his first toss off the bench. Flushed. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And some room to work. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Jameis to throw it. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A nice gain of 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. So they're on the 5-yard line here, second down and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Setting up to throw, Flacco. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Levante David. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. Now he's flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. With it is Jackson. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Meanwhile, over in Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. On 1st and 10, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Winston now from the 50. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Dumping it off for Johnson. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL, sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To pass, Flacco. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Flacco looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Final play of the half here, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. A gain of 3, second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Winston from the gun on third down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
2nd and 10. Flacco once more. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Come on, let's go!
First throw now for the backup Kaepernick. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Ready? Blue lady. Let's go. Blue lady. Switch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that's going to bump up their lead now to 15-3. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's it?
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Roger, fight low.
Watch twitch.
Ready. Don't say nothing.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. And that one results in 35 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Flacco here on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, Flacco. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Here we go. 4th down, 4th quarter. Flacco looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Now, remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The return man, Chris Moore. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They begin the drive with Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of game.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So a failure there to get rid of the football. I don't know in the end that it's going to matter much here with this game, but it yields another 2 points.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. It may not matter a ton with the deficit that's already there, but like my old coach used to say, it sure ain't going to help.
It doesn't help indeed. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Toe bashed it. Super toe.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On 3rd down, that's West. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he'll give it here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A 1st down throw for Winston. He's going to wind up in there. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They go to Johnson again. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
That defensive front 4 has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like 4-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
Here's Flacco. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Flacco. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Operating off play action. Flacco. They'll roll him out right. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the deep?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment. And to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe.